All right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to talk about the electric house project. I want to make sure that you're all writing in your appropriate date. If you are a senior, you get the last week of school off for senior week. So unfortunately, that means you have one less weekend and less days to get it done. So May 27th for seniors, June 1st, which is our finals week, for juniors, non-seniors. So I want you to make sure, I didn't fill out the dates at the top, so I want to make sure that you do fill that out up here. And then the next thing I want to talk about is that this project has 3 different requirements to it. 3 specific things that I'm looking for. You have the description here on this worksheet. It gives you a circuit diagram of the minimum that I'm asking for. Eyes up here. So you at least have to have a series circuit and a parallel circuit with 2 rooms. And they have to connect to the same battery, okay? We're not gonna have each room have its own battery. So it's a complex circuit. It's not just series, it's not just parallel, but it's both. The description doesn't have too much detail on, oops, sorry guys, don't look, on the rubric. Don't look. But what I did want to point out is, let me get into the project description. Right here, you've got some slides. The tips and tricks, I'm going to provide that to you when we have our building day, which is on Monday. But at the very bottom of the slides, you have your rubric. So as I stated, actually it's right here. As I stated, your rubric is going to grade you on 1, whether you have an appropriately set up series of parallel circuit connected to the same battery. It's going to test you on your switches. You're going to have to install a switch, which is going to be made out of a paper clip and 2 brads. The lights are actually working, and I can tell whether it's series and parallel by the brightness. When we did our lab the other day, we saw that series was brighter than parallel, and I actually was able to get one of my really old, let's see if I can even connect it correctly. I was able to get some of my old projects to work. So I'm going to try to connect this and show you. But here is my series. I like, this one was an exceptional one. So if you want to see what an extra credit project looks like, but I want you to notice the parallel, or sorry, this is the parallel, this is the series. Notice how, I disconnected it. Or I lost power. There it is. Okay. Hold on. Is it working now? Yeah. Okay, so the bottom here, she made them into little lamps. Those are much dimmer. So that's the most obvious way for me to see that you actually connected one series, one parallel together. The other thing is I'm gonna look at the wires. I'm gonna make sure that your wires are set up in parallel and set up in series. So your switches should work. If I close a switch and open a switch, of course I lost my connection here. But if I open and close a switch, I should be able to turn off and on the lights, and same here. So I want a shoebox minimum. But if you're we're going to be working in groups. If you're working in groups of 3, you can add more shoeboxes to it, depending on the amount of people. 2 people, 2 rooms. 3 people, 3 rooms. But if you want to go above and beyond, you are welcome to it. I wanted groups of 2 or 3. My only exception is for my seniors. My seniors have to turn this in a little bit early. And you are more than welcome to work with a junior in class. It just means the junior's going to get their project done earlier, not have to sweat finals week, at least for my class. But if the seniors can't seem to either find another senior to work with or find a junior willing enough to get it all done in time, then you are more than welcome to work by yourself. Juniors, I want a pair or a group of 3, and it has to be someone within my class. We're going to have 2 work days. Your 2 work days, you have to be able to share your ideas, collaborate with your partners, because if you choose someone from Ms. McGarry's class or from my first period, you might have to make decisions that your other person doesn't agree with, or your other person doesn't understand what you're doing, and it just creates a lot more conflict than is necessary. So I want to make sure that you're thinking about who you're going to group up with, and you start bringing in materials and coordinating who's going to bring what. The other thing that you have to do, we are learning today how to calculate series and parallel circuits. So since you are creating a series and parallel circuit, you're going to have to calculate the resistance, the current, the power, and we're going to measure those to see how accurate they are. They might not be perfect to the actual, because obviously we've got sources of error in everyday experiences, but I want you to show me that you understand how to do those calculations. And then the fun part, you get 10 points, which is 20% of your grade, just on your creativity, the amount of time you spend working on this. So it's got to meet the description of having 2 rooms, 3 if you're working in a group of 3. The rooms have to be decorated, so I don't want it to look like a cardboard box. I want the floors to have a carpet. I want the walls to have wallpaper. I don't want it to look like brown shoebox, okay? The other thing is you've got nice solid furniture. Your furniture makes sense for the room that it's in. So I don't want to see a toilet in a bedroom or a stove in the bathroom. And the overall appeal. If it looks like you threw it together last minute, it's going to lose those points. For above and beyond, so if your project makes the cut of displaying it on my wall and using it as an example for future classes, that's when you get the creativity extra credit points. If you decide to make all your own furniture, that takes more time and more effort, so that's extra credit points. And then if you decide to go above and beyond this circuit, this is the basics of what I'm looking for, then you can get extra credit for having a more complex circuit than just one series and one parallel. This is going to be on Canvas. So in Canvas, in your agenda, I have the project guidelines, and I also have a kind of homework to collect materials. Both of these links lead you to the Electric House project assignment. So this tips and grading rubric is where you find that document. I don't have it printed out for you, but you do have access to it. And if you can't find it, just let me know. Okay, so I'm going to post this in our homework today too, but you want to find your group members and you want to organize who's going to bring what on Monday. I am providing these things: the light bulbs, the brads and paper clips, that's what creates your switch, your hot glue guns, batteries, and extra wires. The designing materials are for you guys to bring. I'm probably gonna grab some construction paper from the printing room, but if you have like really nice kind of wrapping paper, or if you have clay to mold into furniture, or extra cardboard that you can make into furniture, I want you to bring those materials for the work day that we have. So to get some examples, there was extra boxes, there was some cloth that this student cut up. This one is actually Gabby's. So again, shoebox minimum, but some of you guys like to go above and beyond. And this is made out of cardboard, cloth. Some of the stuff, some of the students like to create a theme. So I have the theme of like a Paris barista or SpongeBob SquarePants. I have that theme. So I want you to get creative with it. Any questions? All right, so Monday is our first work day. The quiz is going to be Monday as well, so I'll probably do a practice quiz, we'll do a quiz, and then the rest of the day is a work day. And then I'm going to give you Wednesday to work together as well. You might need more time outside of class to work on this, so you want to find partners that you are comfortable meeting with, maybe gathering after school or at someone's house. If you have people that you can work with outside of class, that would be great. If not, we always have tutorial and stuff like that put together.